Hey guys, what is up? Grant right here. I'm back here today for a video. As I said in one of my recent posts, did mention Mariah Carey's new album, Here For It All, is out. I'm super happy. I did listen to the whole album. Absolutely amazing, as I stated in my post. I'm not going to be reacting to the whole album. I'm going to be reacting to my favorite song on the album. I just want to make a quick mention. I did see a lot of people, immediately jump on the bandwagon of, reacting to the whole album. And I want to explain something. I feel doing that is a disservice to any artist because a lot of what you don't know about the music industry is sort of swept under the rug. A lot of times it's very hard for any money to be generated out of streaming, and a lot of times people, if they can get music for free, they will, even if they support an artist. So I feel by playing the whole album on even a reaction video is doing a disservice to any artist, even though it's Mariah Carey, she's the biggest artist on the planet. I just feel out of respect, people need to go and purchase the album or stream it themselves, just to show their support for the artist. So like I said, I am going to be refraining from doing that as a fellow artist myself, but I did want to jump on here and react to my favorite song from the album. If you guys saw my post, you know what my favorite song is, but if you didn't see my post, it was a hard call. There were several really great tracks on the album, but immediately my favorite song on the album is In Your Feelings. Absolutely, just completely blew me away. I loved the vintage, soul vibe of that song and a couple of others on the album. And like I said, it just really stood out to me. So we're going to be looking at it today, and I'm going to be giving my overall critique and, analysis of the whole album and my, opinion on the album. So get something to drink, get something to eat, feel good, feel cozy, dress up. We are gonna have a good time with Mimi as per usual, and without further ado, let's get into it. Before I begin today's video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the Patreon, give the video a thumbs up, and stream my latest single, Caffeine, on Spotify today. Let's get into it.
I thought I was yours, then again you pretend, so I didn't know for sure. I thought we could fly, guess you're probably scared heights. I'll let you go, watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Why do we feel so estranged? Pain from my heartache, we're back where we started. I can't keep playing these games. I think you might be getting a little bit too in your feelings. I might spare a moment for a picture, and you can take it as I'm leaving, yeah. Watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Why do it feel so estranged? Sweet tender love, you said you promised. Now I feel stupid and stuff, cause you couldn't be honest. Pain in my heart, darts in your back, painting a picture of what we could have had. Watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Why do it feel so estranged? Pain from the heartache, we're back where we started. I can't keep playing these games. I think you might be getting a little bit too in your feelings. I might spare a moment for a picture, and you can take it as I'm leaving. Watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Why do we feel so estranged? Hey, hey. might be getting a little bit too in your feelings. I might spare a moment for a picture, and you can take it as I'm leaving, yeah. Watching them walk out, let myself fall down. Why do it feel so strange?
Well, there you have it, guys. My favorite track on Mariah Carey's new album, Here for It All, In Your Feelings. Kudos to Mariah. I mean, 16th studio album, and she is still hitting the nail on the head. I mean, just the one and only. I'm telling you, never be another. All these new girls could only dream. I want to start off by saying the main reason that this track stood out to me was just because of how I feel refreshing it was to see Mariah Carey sort of dip back into that vintage soulful R&B vibe. I just feel that is where she has always shined the most. I love the Type Dangerous. I love when she does the sort of hip hop infused stuff, but when she leans back into that retro, R&B vibe, I just feel she's in her pocket. She's in her bag, so to speak. And that's coming from somebody who sort of, I feel like I've done every genre in the book myself, in my albums, in my concerts, in my live performance, etc. But I'm always in my bag when I return to this, the old school R&B. That's just where that's what I started singing by, and that's just where I shine, and that's where Mariah Carey's always shined, in my opinion. And this song really, really just highlights everything that everybody, originally loved about her. The vocals, I feel, were outstanding. I feel some of the best vocals on this album were from this particular song. I just feel she really, really hit it on the nail, and the background vocals. I say it every video to her. In my opinion, there is not an artist on the planet who could ever come close to her when it comes to backing vocals. And she just has she has always had such a great ear for the backing vocals, because that's where she started, and just because she just has such a well-developed ear musically, far advanced of 90% of any other singer out there. Just the ear she has for everything, and the way she knows how to complement, the lead vocals in just such a low-key way, and just little nuances a lot of people wouldn't notice with other singers you can catch in her performances if you really, really listen to those backing vocals. She absolutely nailed it again, and this song's so beautifully done. And this song particular, I don't know if a lot of you know of another artist, another one of my favorite singers. Tina Marie had a song on her It Must Be Magic album that was very reminiscent of this one, and I did hear a lot of the influence that Mariah had in this song, in that song also. I don't know if she took influence from that song from Tina Marie, but I did hear a lot of similarities, and that's another reason why I absolutely loved it. There's another song that she did with Anderson .Paak on the album, if you guys saw the music video just dropped, called Play This Song. Very, very similar vibe. I just absolutely loved that element throughout the album. There wasn't somebody mentioned that there's an element of the Silk Sonic sort of vibe that Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak had on their album throughout this, and I do agree, and I absolutely live for it. You guys know I love Silk Sonic, I love Bruno Mars, and I love that Mariah Carey incorporated some of that element into the album. The whole album in general, just absolutely outstanding. I love the placement of the songs, the order of the songs. I feel it really, really, was very, very well thought out by Mariah. A couple of other favorites on the album. I absolutely loved Jesus I Do with the Clark sisters, absolutely amazing. And I love the control that they all had on the song. A lot of people would have expected them to be, in the rafters the whole song. Very smooth, very, 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 controlled. And like I said, that just really, really goes to show the maturity of, Mariah and the Clark sisters. They don't need to be, up in the rafters all the time anymore. There's beauty in subtlety, like I've said a million times on this channel, and they really, really capture that very nicely on the song. I absolutely love Confetti and Champagne. Very, very similar to another one of Mariah's songs, Faded. If you guys know, absolutely love that one. You guys know Sugar Sweet is the summer song, the song of the summer. I said it, better win Grammy for Song of the Year, in my opinion. I don't care what anyone says. Absolutely amazing. And obviously, Nothing is Impossible. I was listening to it earlier, almost, brought me to tears. It really, really hit home. There's a lyric Mariah said, survived a gruesome fall. For those of you who don't know, Mariah almost, died. She fell off a platform while she was shooting a video years ago, and she still has damage in her arm because of it. She dislocated her shoulder, and it was a horrific accident, and she made it. And she's just been through so much, even, before that, after that. She has lived 20 lives in her, one lifetime. And I just really, really felt her energy shine through on the song. And a lot of people can relate to it. If you really listen to the lyrics, it really speaks volumes for a lot, the story of a lot of people out there, and a lot of people can incorporate it a different way, which is why I also love Mariah's writing, because she doesn't just write from the standpoint of herself. She also writes from a place where other people can take bits and pieces and apply it to their own lives, which is, the benchmark of a really great writer. Her writing on this album was absolutely magnificent. The way that she is able to, strew different elements. She Mariah's, her sense of comedy is absolutely amazing, and she really, really did incorporate a lot of that into the album. You had those really, really vulnerable moments in the album. You had her sort of being, in her diva mode in certain songs in the album. She just is able to convey so many different personas in one body of work, and that is such a rare thing. A lot of people, if you listen to a lot of albums, it's the tone of the whole album is just the same. It's continuous throughout the whole album, and that is so boring, in my opinion, as a fellow artist. That's another thing with me. If you listen to my albums, I sort of try to incorporate that same, diversity throughout the album. There's never going to be one element. There's always going to be, it's going to take you through different vibes, every song in the album. And I feel that is the whole point of an album, to be like a journey, to be kind of like a roller coaster of emotions and just feels and just vibes and energies. And you're supposed to leave having an experience, and that is one thing Mariah is going to always do on every album, is you're going to leave having the time of your life and an experience. She knocked it out of the ballpark once again on this album. I am just, like I said, I feel she really took her time this time to live life and to come up, with some really, really new, genuine experiences to express through, her recordings, and she did a magnificent job once again. The closing track, Here for It All, another one, I have goosebumps still thinking about. I listened to it last night, absolutely breathtaking. I love that she sort of finished it off and then began it as sort of as kind of almost a different song, just giving just several different textures and feels within one song. Absolutely just brilliant. I feel Mariah Carey is kind of like, in a way, the female Prince. If you know Prince, I hope you do. He's my favorite male artist of all time, and I feel Mariah Carey just has that same genius in her just musicianship in general, not just in her vocals. I mean, she is just an all-around musical genius, just songwriting, singing, just composing, producing. She is just music in its, highest form, and she delivered just such an amazing body of work once again on this project. I could go on and on. I do not like to waste anybody's time, though, so we're going to wrap it up. But like I said, I'm so happy I was able to just bring one of the songs to you guys today. Another humongous round of applause for Mariah on her, latest installment in her legacy, Here for It All, and I can't wait to feature more of her coming soon. Thank you so much for joining me for this reaction video today. Once again, stream, purchase, do what you need to do with her new album, Here for It All. She deserves all of our support. Like I said, I will be hopefully featuring another couple songs from the album on the channel. I'm not going to react to the whole album though, because like I said, you guys need to go, if you haven't streamed it or, you know, purchased it, you need to do that. But stay tuned for more to come. Like I said, I have a lot planned for this channel this year, so be on the lookout for that. Once again, like, subscribe, all the good jazz you already know. Go to the Patreon for priority video requests. Once again, stream my single Caffeine on Spotify, Apple Music, all that good jazz. And look out for more from me coming soon. I want to wish everybody a wonderful day, and I will check you guys later. Peace.